My name is Brian Roney. This is Lego Island. I built this over last summer as a project that I decided to embark on. It was coming up on the Lego Island's 20th anniversary, so I did it in honor of Wes Jenkins, who unfortunately passed away last year. He was the creative director. So yeah, this is where Lego really got their footing in the video game industry. It was more just a creative project that they wanted to, just display what you can do with Legos, the spirit of Lego, just adventuring, exploring. So there's not much of a storyline with the game. It's more about the characters, and so that's why here I have some of the main characters highlighted. Pretty much everybody on the island that is named is here. We got our main cast of characters. You can play as 5 of them here: Nick Brick, Laura Brick, Pepperoni, Papa Briccolini, and Mama Briccolini. And then we've got the Infomaniac, who's sort of your guide to the island. He shows you around, tells you how to get around and do everything. And then we got the Brickster, who's our main antagonist, and he breaks out of jail, and your goal as Pepper is to chase him down. So it took me quite a few hours in game to deconstruct every building, since when the team was making this game, they actually built the whole island in full scale and then put it into brick form. So going back with those 1997 graphics and trying to figure out how they would have built it in real life, it was a bit of a challenge, but I think I got it mostly right. So yeah.
Yeah, so this was, I believe, the first video game that Lego ever released?
Yeah, so it's technically they did make something in 1995 called Fun to Play, which is, I don't know, people debate whether it's a video game or not. It was like a leap pad type gamepad thing. So definitely this is considered the first video game. And yeah, they definitely back in this time they were experimenting, they were trying new things. Then they sort of got their formula with Lego Star Wars, and they've stuck with that for a while now, but definitely this was their first venture into that foray. So
do you know what the reaction was like when this was first released in, I think it was 1997?
I do not. I was born in 96, so I was, 1 year old at the time, but I still grew up with it. We got a combo pack of old Lego games when I was young, so definitely have fond memories playing this one, and like you said, Lego Island 2. Extreme Stunts growing up, I had a bunch of those sets, so Lego Island's always had a special place in my heart. So.
And yeah, must have done decent enough because they made Lego Island 2, so then they're making a sequel and continuing to make the games.
Yeah, definitely. I think people enjoyed it. Unfortunately, they switched to a different creative team for Lego Island 2. They actually sacked the whole team right before release so that they wouldn't have to pay bonuses for it selling so well. And that really makes me sad because, man, they put so much heart and soul into this game, and so it was definitely just a labor of love to bring this back to life and bring it here to show it off to people. So
yeah, and you talked about the minifigs. You can point out some of the buildings that you would kind of interact with in the game here that you've built.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say the big one to look at here is the information center. This is where you start out. The Infomaniac, like I said, he lives here. You got the creation brick on the top, which is what the Brickster ends up stealing, which deconstructs the whole island. So Pepper is the main character, I would say, as well as the Infomaniac. So that's where they hang out. But then also secondary, we have the pizzeria, which is another hub where people hang out. So we got Mama Papa Briccolini. They make pizzas. They love making pizzas. That's all they do. And so Pepper is their delivery boy as well as their adopted son, I believe. And so then we've got some other places over here, we just have the residential area, these 3 houses here. Nobody really lives here, and it's not they don't tell you who lives there, but they're just houses. So we've also got, the post office down here, where Ed Mail, if you see there, and a lot of these names are plays on, puns and stuff like that. So you got email, and then Captain D-ROM, I believe, so CD-ROM and stuff like that. So I love that they do that kind of stuff. We got the bank right here, which is Buck Pounds. He runs the bank, although the bank's always closed in the game, unfortunately. As well as the Superstore over here. Super 2 is what it says on the front there. That is, I believe, Maggie Post's store. That's also closed in game, unfortunately. And then we have the hospital here, which is Dr. Clickett's domain. He's also got his 2 assistants, Enter and Return. They're very comedic characters. They're always coming in with pulling sharks out of the ambulance and just trees and craziness, which really gives a good feel for the comedy on the island. It's a very quirky game. It's a very quirky game. And then we've got the police station in the back, where Nick and Laura Brick hang out, as well as Captain D-ROM. Those are just some stand-in characters that came with the actual set, because that was one that was a real set back in the day. Just for the Lego game, they covered up the whole back, so I had to add that on. But apart from that, and then we've got the Octan Station, or the Raceway, where we've got Studs Lincoln and Rhoda Hog, play on Road Hog. So you can race them there. There's a really weird raceway track where you're going, through these caves and giant skeletons and huge pizzas and strange stuff going on. And then we've also got the Wave Racers here, which would be Snap Lockett. He's up there. And he's like the beach dude that hangs out there, teaches you how to build a jet ski, you can race. And then lastly, I believe we've got the Octan Station over there, which would be Nubby Stevens and Nancy Nubbins. Interesting names. And they hang out there. You can build a car there and drive it around the island. And then your guide to building anything in the game is building there, which again, just building. So yeah, it's a lot of fun characters, a lot of fun, memorable places. So,
and I think you, like you said, definitely set a precedent for sort of the quirky, like pun names and everything for future games that I think Lego is certainly kind of known for at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what stands out. If you go play the game now, it's really not aged well as far as controls and like playability. There's not a whole lot to do, but what you will remember is the characters and the settings, and for sure the music. It's got a lot. It's got a great soundtrack, and so. Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing this sort of bit of nostalgia to the show and rebuilding it. I think it's really cool, so appreciate you chatting with me about it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on.